Hello, dear friends. I hope you're doing well. And I thought of making this video to answer some of the many questions that I get and to apologize for not being able to answer them both in the comments and the emails that I receive. Like I really, the questions are so much and they are so detailed sometimes, so I cannot answer them. But I thought that by making this video, I can answer to some of the questions, and once again I give you some guidelines or some guides to for you to be able to go through this journey and to find a better future for both of you, your family, and maybe your nation also. So by now I have finished my legitimation process in Sweden, so I'm legitimated and I have started with my specialization. So the matter is like when you start with with the when you decide to come to Sweden, you have to consider some aspects. I get so many questions about like how to start, how to do that. Like my recommendation now would be that when you want to come to Sweden, start with it when you are in your own country. Don't come here uh, just to come here. Start with the language and with the studying for the theoretical exam when you are home, and take time for this, like 6 months, 1 year, 6 months for the language, 3 months at least for the language. Like there are plenty much materials out there in the internet. Use them, and like when you have a level of the language, and I think that Swedish language is not difficult if you compare it to other languages. If you can English, like the Swedish language is not so difficult. And so start with the language and then start with studying for the theoretical exam. Because the theoretical exam is the hardest part of the legitimation process here. And so many of doctors who come here, when they cannot pass the exams, they just become disappointed to all of what they have thought of. Like they become disappointed of the system, of their selves. People who become depressive. Like I have seen so many histories, so many stories here. Sometimes I just mix the words between Swedish and English, but uh, I haven't talked in English so much time, and I just thought that I have to do this because so many people are asking, and it will not be polite not to answer them. But anyways, like what I mean is start in your country, study for the theoretical exam, and most of the studying for the theoretical exam is in English. It's not Swedish, it's in English. Study for the USMLE, and then just copy paste the theoretical exam to Google, and you get an idea how the exam is made, and how are the questions. So start with that, take time for this, and even if it's hard from the first glimpse, when you see the exam, it's like shocking. You're just think, wow, what is this? But then when you start with it becomes easier and easier and easier. You have to have a plan. I have talked about this before. So and then you can do this. You can apply for a visa to do the exam, like book the exam. Like the process starts with you sending to the social citizen for being able to do the legitimation process, and then you go to the university, like all you do that but by online, and then you can book a time for the exam. And then when you do that, try to get a visa for coming and doing the exam. And if you pass I think there are many people who haven't known so good Swedish and could pass the exam. I myself being one of them. Like when you start, when you pass the theoretical exam, like you will just be motivated to the practical exam. And though then if you just book a language course, even it, like, it deserves, if you pay much more money, it deserves. But if you don't pass the theoretical exam, like, okay, so what? So you are in your own country, you have studied a new language and you have studied the theoretical exam, but you can't pass that. You have 3 trials to do that, and I believe that you can do that. And for the Swedish, like, there are many materials on the online, and there are online courses, like the many like colleges throughout Sweden give online courses, like you have just to Google it. And this is the same process for everyone, for those who are dentists and for those who are specialists. Like if you are a specialist, you have to do this exam, this legitimation process, and then you can apply for the specialty. And many like friends asked for how much time does it take to become specialized in Sweden. It's generally about 5 years, and it's up to you to find that, but you have to change a city or to go to somewhere else to find it. So yes. And lastly, when you come here, like, think of the social and economic perspectives of changing a country. Like, you have to have a good background of what are you doing. Like, I mean, like, sometimes people come here with so much dreams that are maybe not what can I say, like, yeah, non-realistic. Okay, you are changing a country, you are like, you're going through a tough process under time, but later on when you start your job, it just deserves it, like, because you are starting in a very good system where everyone knows what he or she doing. Like, you will get what you want, but you have to be patient and go through this, like. And then when you just start your specialization, or even when you start your practice tjänstgöring, so the 6 months, it will be just fantastic. At least it was like that for me, and it is like that for me. I have very good, like, colleagues and a very good system. So I recommend it, but I recommend that you have a good plan for it and not just rushing to come to Sweden and then, like, spending so much money that will not answer. So hope that I have made this a little bit clearer, and you're welcome with questions. I want to answer, like, those especially who are in poor countries and want to have a better future. Like, I have just passed through that, but I cannot, sorry, to answer all the questions specifically, but I will try now and then to publish a video. And by the way, I don't publish these videos outside this channel, so like in other groups or so. But if you think that can help someone else, so it is up to you to share with them. So hope you a nice time, and I hope that I have answered some of the questions, and see you.